Rabbi, can you sort out your experiences? Did you get back to them or?
Never get to them. Find out whatever happens. I'm good like this, good like that.
Rabbi, is it okay if it's face? Okay. I don't want to bother you. Like,
It's real. This is shiur.
Not all.
Good, because the maniacs driving over there.
Yeah, Danny, you don't want to put it over there?
it's gonna be too far. The microphone is here.
Because of the microphone. I don't care.
Okay. Ideally is to have like a tripod and put my phone and broadcasting.
There's something so beauty about this.
Yeah. you look great, Rabbi.
So. We're already live?
Yes. But there's no viewers so far.
But it's being recorded.
Let me try. Let me see.
You understand? Or like
It's good. This is good. This is good.
I had a guy named Bill Friedman. He held the phone for his entire time. Let's do this. See that picture of my Koren Talmud. Send it to brother.
Yeah, I feel your pain there.
We're live, but actually it's solo chat and everywhere.
Oh, I'm going down to brothers. His brothers.
But before we go, on this machine, just for the Chiddush, the new live streaming, we are a few daf ahead, being that Chabad.org wants to put us on, to have the daf on the correct date, we have to always be a few daf ahead. So I think the cycle begins today. I think people are beginning today daf base, and we are up to daf both.
We're still going to try to get more, no?
For Pesach.
Okay.
I want to check the audio in the back.
All right, here we go. With Hashem's help, we are learning Brachas Daf Vav. We're going to start a whole series of statements taught to us through Abba Binyamin. Tanya Abba Binyamin Omer. We're going to be learning about the whole sugya of shadim of demons, how it's in Hashem's kindness that we are not able to see demons. We're going to be learning about, if one were to want, how to see demons. We're going to be learning about the effect that they have on us, even though we do not see them. From there, we're going to go to the koyach, to the power of davening in the shul, dafka. We're going to be learning about Hashem's tefillin. So some of that we know from our bar mitzvah mimer. But many more details we'll find here in the gemara. We're going to be learning about how Hashem, once a person goes to shul every day, seeks that person in shul. And therefore, you have to be careful then not to be absent. We're going to be learning about the greatness of dafka running to shul. We're going to be learning about the uniqueness of mincha, but from there we're going to go to the uniqueness of ma'ariv, and then to the uniqueness of shachris. And finally, we're going to learn about the great mitzvah of rejoicing with a Hassan and a kala, simchas, Hassan, the kala. And if we'll have time, big dafin, we'll learn about the importance of greeting everyone that one meets. Okay, we left off on that hay on the base, 3 lines before the bottom of the Amid, in the beginning of the line, right after the 2 dots, Tanya, Abba, and Yom Adayim. Baruch atah, you know, you're right. Tanya, we learned Abba, and Yom Adayim. Shnayim, Shenichnasu Lispalel. 2 people go to daven together, and V'kodam echad me'em lihispalel, and one finished before the other, and V'loihim tenes chaveri, and he did not wait for his fellow. What did he do? Not waiting for him. V'yatza, he left. Many understand that here we're speaking about a shul that's outside of the city, and there was a danger for one to be by themselves. And therefore, if one would leave before the other, the one that stayed behind, even though he's in the middle of Shmoneh Esrei, in the back of his head, he's concerned, I have to now walk back by himself. And therefore, he lost a certain amount of concentration. And also, the one who left didn't have the basic Abbas Yisrael of waiting for him. So says Abba Binyamin, that Hashem, so to say, either rips the prayer out of his mouth, or Hashem throws the prayer away from him. As it says, that he who tears himself apart, ba'apay means in anger, but here it means in haste. He didn't wait. He left the shul so quick. Do you think, says the pasuk, do you think that the world will be abandoned because of you? Like Rashi says over here a few lines before the bottom of the Amid. Do you think it's only about you? You finished davening and you're good? There's another Yid in the shul. And this is Bachlal. We have the Hayom Yom of Chav Ches Nisan. The question is, what is greater, Avos Hashem or Avos Yisrael? So they're both great, but the Rebbe writes over there that Avos Yisrael is even greater, because Avos Yisrael means that you love who your beloved loves. One of the ways we express Avos Hashem is also by having Avos Yisrael, because God loves every Yid. And this is connected to davening. And how we instituted, before davening, the Rebbe instituted, right out the Rebbe instituted, because before you approach God, you have to express Avos Yisrael. So if in the shul you're taking away someone else's kavanah by not caring to wait for them, this detrimentally affects one's own tefillah. Well, I would say halacha is if you don't shut off your cell phone in the shul, somebody's not actually the phone rings. That's what we're saying over here. You're davening to God. Think about your fellow Yid. You have to have a dafka, an expression of Avos Yisrael connected to davening. If not, one's davening is not heard up high. Not only that God doesn't listen to you, it's not about you. It affects the Shekhinah not wanting to be amongst us when there's not enough of respect and love and patience one for the other. As it says that the rock will be lodged from its place, and this is in continuation to the above. And what does the tzur refer to? We know this. Tzur refers to God. Either tzur means a rock. Tzur can also mean a designer. That there's no designer like God. God designs a person inside a person. Another Chazal. As it says, that you ignored the rock that gave birth to you. That's tzur in reference to God. And in reverse, in the positive, and if you do wait for your fellow to finish davening, he's dafka connected to davening in a shul, you have a certain extra amount of Avos Yisrael. Mascharei, Davav, Medalev, Amar Rav Yosef Rab Chanina. You will merit the following blessing, as it says, a pasuk in Yeshaya, that if you would have listened to my mitzvahs, and we are amazing, and we are applying it, listening to the mitzvahs, to the mitzvah of Avos Yisrael, then that your peace will flow like the river, and your righteousness like the waves of the sea. And your offsprings will be like the sand. They are numerous as the sand. And here the Gemara concludes with a goimer, expecting us to know the end of the pasuk. The pasuk concludes that all of the great brachas come to happen. Literally is when you listen to the mitzvahs. But here Abba Binyamin is teaching us, it's connected to us expressing Ahavas Yisrael in shul. And we all know that how in shul, I want my place, you want your place. There's certain potential for me to serve in you, trying to daven. We got to be careful. On the positive, expressing Ahavas Yisrael dafka connected to davening, it guarantees, so to say, that our tefillas are better heard and all of these brachas are fulfilled upon us. All right, Tanya, Abba, Binyamin, Aymer. Now, there's no doubt that the Seder of the Gemara, there's a ring and a rhyme. There's a reason why one comes after the other. The literal, the pshat, when you learn all of these sugyas, is that when you have the Gemara quoting a Tana or an Amoira that said something, then we quote many other things that they said. But again, for sure, there's also deeper meanings. What's the connection between one and the other? Tanya Abba Binyamin Aymer. Ilmalei nitna reshus la'ayin liras. That if God would have allowed us to see, Rashi right away says 2 lines from the top of the Amid, Kol hashedim ha'omdim lefanav. If we would be allowed to see all of the demons that are standing around us, ein kol beria yechol la'amid b'pnei hamazikin, that we would not be able to exist, we would collapse from fright. Wow. Amar Abaye, you should know that that demons, the fishiminon, are more numerous than us.
This is back then.
This is always. Why do you say back then?
I felt like the Baal Shem Tov got rid
The
of
Baal Shem Tov did not allow them to manifest. Can't get rid of them. Just to know that I'll be niggling about demons, that we are a composite of Eish, Ruach, Mayim, and Afa. Everything that we have, even we learned in Tanya, even our nefesh is a composite from these 4 elements. And demons are one element. Pure Eish, pure Ruach, v'chulei. That's why we'll find when it comes to the whole story of Ashmedai, when we were looking for the Shamir worm, who did we have to speak to? To the demon of the sea, Mayim. Demons are connected to the elements, not as they are a composite of, if that helps. They're more numerous than us. And Vekaima Alon, they're not far away from us. They stand around us, like a ditch around a mountain. Imagine, you plant something, you make a little ditch around it. All around us are filled with demons. You want to know how many demons are around us? Kol chad, on each and every one of us. Alpha, Mismali, we have 1,000 demons to our left. Urid Vasa, and 10,000 to our right. And like before we go on Amarava, if you take a look at the side, right, I have a dot, a star. Shenemar, Yipoel mitzitcha elef, urevava miminecha. Right? Capital Tzadik Aleph. Capital Tzadik Aleph is the capital of protection. We also need protection from the demons, and so we're being protected from the 1,000 from our side and to the 10,000 from the right. So the other side means the left. Amarava, Haiduchka, the Hava Bakala, when people get together to learn, and it feels very squeezed, feels packed. It's not packed because it's packed with people. That also, it feels even more packed. Now you have it because you have around, to my left is 1,000, to my right is 10,000, and you're standing next to me. So that makes it feel even more squeezed. Hame birke de shale, the knees that become tired when a person walks, and his knees tired. You know why they tired? Because you walked up a mountain. Also, but it's also minayu. It's because you're pushing against demons. That means they're standing in front of you also. The balu, why is it that scholars that sit and learn the whole day, why do their garments get rubbed out? They're sitting, to get rubbed out, where it touches the bench, but it gets rubbed out all over the place. Why? Because they're pushing it. They're rubbing it out. The feet that are begging, my teacher taught me, many of you guys are doing it right now, that when you're learning, when you're sitting, your knees are going back and forth. Who is doing that? Not my anxiety. The demons are doing it. They're making it knack. Oh, minayu. If you want to be aware of their presence, not to see them, just you want to be aware of their presence, why see kitma, nehila? You should bring sifted ashes. Sifted ashes means something very fine powder. And then how that I put it around your bed, because they are even more numerous when we're sleeping. That's when they really join the party. Ubet Safran in the morning, Chazi, you will see, Kikade, the Tarnagoyla, you'll see in these fine powder around your bed, you'll see imprints of the feet of roosters. Lavdafka, it's good to try it. Might freak you out. But at least you won't see them, you only see their foot imprints. If you want to see them, here we go, guys. Nothing is a secret anymore. Lysi, you should bring shiliyasa, the placenta, the shunrasa of a cat, but not any cat. It has to be, number one, ukamta basukamta. It has to be a black cat, the daughter of a black cat. When she was born, she came up with a placenta. Got to get that placenta. Not enough yet. And bucharta bas bucharta. She has to be the firstborn. From the mother was the firstborn. Go find that cat. But if you find and get the placenta. Now, the likle the nure, you should burn the placenta in fire. The lashachake, and you have to grind it down. You made it into, again, a fine powder. And the limle eine mine, and fill your eyes up with it. Put it in your eyes. V'chazilu, and you will see them. Now hold on, that powder is very potent. Mainly you made hachanas, but someone else can accidentally put it in their eyes, or the demons themselves can take it and throw it in other people's eyes. So the lishte, you have to now place the remainder, b'gufta the parzala, in an iron tube. They have a hard time getting through an iron tube. Where did we learn about this? In Yuma, when we captured the Yetzer Hara of Avodah Zarah, and then for a moment of Aliyah, also in the iron tube, and the lichtemei, the gushpanka, the parzal, and seal the opening with another iron metal seal. Why? The demons might steal some of this powder. And here comes another important point. Don't forget about this. Close your mouth. For you not to be injured. Interesting that the opening of the mouth, but you're going to see them. But when they see that you see them, that's when they become mazikin. They're not really mazikin. They are mazikin when you corner them. If you don't bother them, they don't bother you in most cases. But here you're interacting with them. They're going to try to harm you. How will they harm you? Somehow it's connected to your mouth. You have to keep your mouth shut. Don't forget. Now, Bibi Barabai Avadachi, he tried that. Chaza, he saw them, the Itzak, and he was harmed. Mental illness, he went crazy. The Chachamim asked for Rahmanis, the Itase, and he got healed. Now, how long do you see them? As long as the powder is in your eyes. So the problem, in other words, he didn't continuously. He saw them for a moment. He went nuts, and they asked Rahmanis on him, and he got healed. Bottom line is, Lav Dafka, it's a good thing to try it out. Tanya. So what does the Gemara tell us how to do it? We go to war with our enemies. That's what we should do. We should throw it on them. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Tanya Abu Yamanoim. Ain't filo shalom l'shmas ela v'meisai knesses. That a person's prayer, look, ain't filo l'shmas. It won't be heard only if you're davening in an area designated for prayer. Now, this is way beyond davening with a minyan. This means even if there's no minyan, if you have such an option, daven in a shul, because God listens to the prayers in the shul. As it says, Lishmaya el harina ve'el hatvina, that God listens to the song and to the prayer. Meaning, b'makam rina, in the place of song. What's a place of song? A place of song is a place of the Beis HaMikdash, Beis HaKnesses. It's an ayah that when we daven, gotta sing. It has to be a warm, lively davening. So
if you're davening alone, you should go to shul and daven there.
That's exactly what he's saying. So the place of a Beis HaKnesses is called the place of Rina. There should always be a prayer. Omar Rabin, Barav Ado, Omar Rab Yitzchak. As you'll see, he's sometimes called Ravin, and sometimes he's going to be called Reb Oven. Same person. You get it? You know, sometimes they just abbreviated his name by putting the resh together with the base. Omar Rabin, Barav Ado, Omar Rab Yitzchak. Inayin Shakadosh Baruch Hu Matzu Beis HaKnesses. Shenemar Elikim Nitza Ba'adas Keil. Now, how do we know how does that prove that God is in the Beis HaKnesses? So here Rashi reminds us that the word Ada, right? God is standing in the Ada. What is an Ada? A congregation. And we find by the story of the Meraglim that Moshe Rabbeinu called the congregation Eda Hara'ah. And how many spies was he referring to? Not to 12, because 2 of them were tzaddikim, Yeshua and Kol. To 10, that's the source, Eda, that a minion is Eda. And that also hints to us that even if the 10 people that are gathering are not tzaddikim, still the Shekhinah is there. Because any Eda, God is standing. Elikim, Hitzah, Adaskim. Menayin la'asor Hashem mispalalim. Sheshchina imoim. In other words, the first one is that God is always in a Beis HaKnesses, in a place established for Tefillah B'tzibur, God stands. How do you know that whenever 10 people get together, when they daven, even if they're not davening in a shul, but the Shekhinah is with them, Shenema, here again, Elikim Nitzav, Ba'adas Kel. Menayin l'shloisha sheyoshim b'din sheshchina imoim. Shenema b'kerev Elohim Yishbak. We don't say Elohim because this Elohim is referring to judges. That God is judges amongst the judges. A man to his fellow, that's 2. God listens. Now what's the meaning? What's the meaning? By the last words of the pasuk, for those who contemplate his name. Where do we have all this? We have all of this in Perek Gimel. It's very interesting. We're going to have many sugyas here in the Gemara that we have a lot of similarities to Pirkei Avos. And just to appreciate that, no doubt, Pirkei Avos is Tanoim. This is saying Ravin. This is a statement, right? Ravin about Adam, Rav Yitzchak, Amiroim. Also, it's different. You look at Pirkei Avos, do we have over there, where do you know that God is amongst 5? Right? Va'agudosei Adiyot. We skip over here. We go from 10 to 3 to 2. We'll go weiter. And over there it's Rabbi Chalafta ben Doise Ish Kfar Hananya. And we have to look into that. That's the key over here, to figure out how is this different than Pirkei Avos. So Amar Avashi, what's the meaning of the ending of the pasuk of Chosh V'Shemayim? That Choshav Adam Lasus mitzvah, person thinks about doing a mitzvah, and for reasons beyond one's control. V'lo Yasah, he was unable to do it. It's as if he did it. Now, in Kedushin, Daf Mem, there's a similar statement. There, the Lashon is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitztaref l'maisa. That's a different statement. HaKadosh Baruch Hu mitztaref l'maisa. Alter Rebbe explains this in Perek Mem Daled and Tanya Gavaldik. Every action, there's the action, then there's the kavanah that makes the mitzvah parchin la'elah. So the Alter Rebbe says that you have people that want to do the mitzvah, but they can't do it. They're in jail, they can't eat matzah. But they have the kavanah. Then you have the person that eats matzah without kavanah. So what does God do? God takes that person's kavanah, and he takes my maisa, and he's mitzvah from one to the other, and now you have a mitzvah that's parchin la'elah. This statement is, ki'ilu, it's as if you did it, and much more. Mitzvah l'maisa means that your kavanah, you understand, is going to be connected to someone else's action. Here we're saying that if you wanted to do something and you couldn't do it, God will consider it as if you did it. If God is found even with one, so today miboyer, answers the Gemara, no, today michton milayu b'sefer hazikhraj. That the Shekhinah's presence when 2 people are together is more tangible. It has an effect, kaviyachol, that whatever God witnesses, the positive is written in a book, which means that the effect that we have in the world is greater. The dira b'tachtonim becomes written, and chad lo michton milayu b'sefer hazikhraj. Today, not only is God there, but it's written in the Sefer HaZechron, so plus on Ibaya, answers the Gemara. No, that's another chip. Now, the time you would think that Dina Shlama Ba'al, that when people get together, when judges get together, it's not that they're learning Torah. They're just figuring out how to make a peace amongst 2 people. But that is not considered Torah learning, and it doesn't bring down that level of the Shekhinah, and they don't really ask the Shekhinah, Kamash Milan, that the Dina Nami Ainu Torah. The whole purpose of Torah is to bring peace into the world. Together with the fact that the purpose is for peace. Together with that, what mediums are they using? They're using Dinei Torah. Or they're using compromises premised on Dinei Torah. All that is part of Torah. Answers the Gemara, Asara, Kod Moshchina Ba'asya, that when 10 Eden are coming to daven, God comes before they come. To Lasa, but when 3 people get together, when does the Shekhinah come? Only after they come, or when they come, Adi Yosri. Gemara. Okay, says the Gemara, Amar Reb Oven. You see that? Not Ravin. Same one. Amar Reb Oven, Baratuna, Amar Abitzah. For sure, there's a link. For where do you know that God puts on tefillin? Those of us who learn Hasidus at least understand better what we're reading. When God puts on tefillin, that the 10 spheres of Atzilus, godliness, the world of Elikus, is very much linked to our actions. And every time we do a mitzvah, so the mitzvah affects the kelim of Atzilus. So the oil ain't soif that is in the kelim of Atzilus, which are limited. The oil is limited in the keli, so to say. The larger the keli, the more light. And whenever we put on tefillin, specifically, it affects the kelim of the world of Atzilus. And therefore, there's a greater infusion of oil and soif that goes through the Yishtalshalos, beginning with the world of Atzilus. No, correct. That goes on all the mitzvahs. So they were speaking specifically about tefillin. Very good. So God, when he takes an oath, takes a double oath. He swears by his right and and by the arm of his ois. Now, ois is might. Ois refers to tefillin. Another thing, when it says Hashem ois la'amo yiten, Hashem yivarach hazayim v'ashalayim, tefillin. That's why the Rebbe made his campaigns of tefillin before there were moments of war, because it brings about peace. B'yiminai zu Torah, shenemar, as it says, b'yiminai eish das lamai. So the eish das, the fiery religion, refers to Torah, that is miyamin. Ubezraya uzay elu tefillin. This refers to tefillin shenemar Hashem ois la'amo yiten, and that dafka refers to tefillin. Uminai should tefillin ois heim liYisrael. It's not only ois in the ruchnias, but down here it's considered, it gives us might. Because it says, "V'ro kol ami haaretz kishem havayim nikra lach v'yora min Mecca," and the Tanya Rabbi Eliezer had Godelayim. Elu tefillin shed bid roish, like the Alter Rebbe told the person, in the head. And even though that this fear, on one hand, is referring to the tefillin shabaroish, but here the Gemara is linking it b'chlal to tefillin. So tefillin is what brings it. What makes our enemies be fearful of us. That's our ois. Projection of might is good. You don't even have to use it. That's the tefillin. Oh, so now when it says Nishba Hashem b'yimino ubezroya uzay, God is swearing by his tefillin. Is that right that he puts on tefillin? Amalei Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Rav Chia bar Avin. Who remembers this? Hani tefillin demari alam aksiv buhu amalei umi ka'amchak Yisrael, or our mikamchak Yisrael goyechad ba'aretz. For that the Gemara of mi mishtamach kuchabichu b'shemchayim Yisrael, does God, so to say, boast by through the praises of Yidden? So the Gemara says absolutely yes. T'chsiv, as it says in Kisavai, and the Torah uses words that Rashi and Chumash writes, Ein loy eid moichiach b'mikra. And what are the words that as Hashem he'emarto hayom, Hashem is hamarto to you, to us, and we Hashem he'emircha hayom, and it's a lotion of love. Here it's a lotion of praise, that when we praise, we praise God. What's our praise? We speak about God. When God praises, he praises the Jewish people. Each one boasts with the other. We boast with God. God boasts with us. That you made me your subject in the world. In other words, what do we live with? With God, with godliness. We pursue God. We want for God to come in. And God reciprocates. I'll make you subject to my praise in this world. Atam asisuni chativa achas ba'olam shenemar shma Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Ani asesem chativa achas ba'olam shenemar mika'amcha Yisrael goyechad ba'aretz. The problem is that the tefillin, the hand tefillin has one compartment, but the head tefillin has 4 compartments. So when you're asking what state in God's tefillin, one verse is not enough. in one compartment, but b'shar batei mai. Now, guys, don't forget that we already learned one, right? In one compartment, it says, "Umi ka'amcha ki Yisrael v'yachad ba'aretz." Now, we know that there are 4 compartments. So really, the Gemara should give us 3 other verses. The Gemara is going to give us now 5 other verses, which is going to be a problem. But let's count. So we already learned 1. Now comes number 2. Amalei, this is a pasuk, Umi goy gadol, right? This is in Parshas Boaz Chanan. The pasuk writes, Umi goy gadol asher lo yelekim karev melov. And number 3 is the next pasuk, where it says, Umi goy gadol asher lo yichukim u'mishpatim tzadikim. Then the 4th pasuk here is from the Sabracha, Asherecha Yisrael, by Michamoicha Am Moshe Bashem. The 5th pasuk is Oy Hanisa Elikim, we're back to Veschanon, right? It says Oy Hanisa Elikim, Lavoy Lokachas Legoy Mikarev Goy. Then the 6th pasuk is going now Parshas Kisavoy, right? That is Mitzvah Parsha L'Sitcha Elyahu and Al Kol HaGoyim. So hold on. So you counted 5 plus the 1, that's 6. Answers the Gemara. Think about it. What do we have now? We don't have 4 verses. We have 4 parshiyos. Every parsha in our Tefillin has many verses. So now we're going to put them together. Everything that we mentioned is written, but many of them are written together one with the other. So let's go. We're going to go through all the 4 bottom. Now we have to know how to order them. They're not, maybe God also has Rashi and Abenotam. Hello, mi goy gadol, like umi goy gadol, ki mi goy gadol, umi goy gadol, which are mamish in the chumash juxtaposed in Boaz Chanan, the Damyan Hadade. They have the same content, not because they're juxtaposed in place, but that the reason why they're kept together in place because they are together in content is b'chad beis. Asherecha Yisrael. And now we have the verse that we know from our Bar Mitzvah Parsha, Micha Amcha Yisrael, is in another base. That's number 2. Oy Hanisa Elikim is b'chad beis. Number 3. Well, the Sitcha Elyon, b'chad beis. It's interesting, the Nusach, not number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. That's how we're giving our not such a good translation. Each one is called chad beis. And it's in its box. Each one is chashuv. When you call something number 2, it sounds like it's not as important as. When you're saying each one, echad chacham, ve'echad rasha, each one is echad. Okay.
It doesn't tell you the position.
It doesn't say the position. And I'm saying that maybe God puts on 4 pairs of tefillin. I'm not for sure. It's all connected. That's why people over here put on the 4. Why don't we all put on 4? Because not everyone is connected to Atzilus. So if we're not connected that much, so our Shemush Rab and our Rabbit wouldn't affect it over there. So we don't do that. Now,
you just went from 4 compartments to 4 different pairs.
Yes, I did. Because we were asking about the order. So I'm saying just like we have a machlokes in the Seder and Menachos, that means that God also has that and being that everything we do is to be connected with Adam and Elyahu, it makes sense that people that are not the neshamas that Atzilus, they don't put on the 4 pairs of tefillin because they're not connected to the world of Atzilus as much as. And now all of them are written in the hand. Don't forget, how did we begin all this? So just to conclude, that so in the head tefillin, it's in 4 different compartments. All of them, like by us. Whenever it's written in the head, it's written in the arm. In the head, it's written in different compartments. Different compartments. The concept of bina, division, and the whole heart is to have Avos Yisrael, one to unite everyone. Everything is written together. Okay, weiter. Omar Rohan Barav Ado Omar Rabbi Yitzchak. Guys, you can say any drush you want. I'm sitting at the side of the camera. I get to say it, but endless. You can say it. Omar Rohan Barav Ado Omar Rabbi Yitzchak. We got to say this. That's the main thing. Kol Harogel Lovil Beis HaKnesses. If you have a habit, God willing, to go every day to the Beis HaKnesses, to the house of prayer, but you don't come one day. The guy that never comes, he's not noticed when he doesn't come. If you come every day and you don't come, you're noticed. God inquires, why is this and that person this? It says, Mi bochem yirei Hashem. Mi bochem yirei Hashem. Meaning, what's the pshat of Yirei Hashem? Rashi says, the 4th line from the top of the Amid. Yirei Hashem means, who is amongst you the one who comes to shul every day? That's the way you express our respect to God. Shomeya b'koil avdoi. God listens to his voice. Asher holach chashechem. But now, what happens? He went dark.
MIA.
He went MIA. Ve'ein noiga loy. Noiga means, klipas noiga, but noiga in the context means it is some light. It's not light to him. So how do you interpret this? In other words, God looks. If the reason why he's not there is because he's Oisek, B'tzarchet Tzibur, Avos Yisrael, that's where we began today, Shir Abba Binyamin, that Avos Yisrael is the path to Avos Hashem. I don't know. So not only is it not a downer, but noiga, like God will make it light for him. God will help him. How did he get God's attention? By not being in shul. Positive attention. Why is he not in shul? Because he's doing a mitzvah. So God goes, sees what he's doing, and he blesses his work. But if he went not even to a sin, but he went for something elective, just not an aveda, but not a mitzvah, then ain't noiga, then it won't be light to him. Then the pasuk continues that yiftach b'shem Hashem, let him trust in the name of Hashem. In other words, why will it not be light to him? Because davening, you make your day by davening. That's when the day is made. That's the ikar. You went to do your personal stuff before davening. It's not a dvar mitzvah. You lack in emunah. The very act of davening is an act of emunah. The market opens. What are you doing? You're davening. That's a sign of bitachon. Because when we get it good with Hashem, then we get the brachas during the day. And we learned on Amud Aleph that in the Beis HaKnesses, the Shekhinah is there before the minyan is there. We learned that you have the 10 spheres, that the first 10 people, each one of them embodies one of the spheres. It's important to try to be from the first 10. And you can mamish tell who's who. Okay. It doesn't find 10 people. Miyadu koyes. Shenemar. Madua basi ve'ein ish. God called out and no one answered. But this verse refers to Har Sinai, that when God came to give the Torah, people were wanting to receive the Torah, and the Yan they went to sleep. But this we are using this pasuk to every day in shul. Amar of Chalbay, Amar of.
Time of the shul. There's always a time where you're the first person to show up, right?
So then he's asking, and before they show up.
Unless you have to always have 10 people in shul, which is.
That's why in 770 there's always 10 people there. Yeah, a real good shul. Where you go to the Kaisel, there's always people there.
So that's
Ideally. If not, whatever it means before, it means the excitement of coming before davening. Every shul has the guy that opens up the shul. He walks in with the Shekhinah.
Yeah, but then Hashem's going to be upset every time because he's coming in with only one guy.
No. There's a certain, it just means not to come the last second. He's before davening. That's probably what it means. All right. Amar Rav Chalbay, Amar Afuna. Kol hakiveya makim l'tfilasei. Kol hakiveya makim l'tfilasei says that Abbeinu Yoina, this is not speaking about in the shul. This is speaking about if you're not davening in the shul, davening in your house, in order for you to have better kavanah, don't daven in the kitchen, in the dining room. Designate a corner for you to daven and daven. In the shul, now I'm adding, Rabbi Yoina doesn't say it. Here in Chabad Sola, you have to be careful about Avos Yisrael. Again, we started with Abba Binyamin. People that are so kavei amakim that if God forbid someone sits in my place, I kick him out. That's the worst thing. It's the worst thing. We all have that experience. Yeah, it's good to daven in the same area, but you have to be very hospitable. In fact, Avos Yisrael is the key to Avos Hashem. If you're not in the Beis HaKnesses, you're in your home, then make a spot. Okay, and then if someone walks into your spot, kick them out of that spot. That's the All right. How do you know that? And then Elikei Avraham Be'ezrik, and the God of Avraham will help you. What was the God of Avraham? We'll see later. The uniqueness of Avraham Avinu. Okay, we'll see, if I'm not mistaken, on Zayin and Beis, that Avraham Avinu, exactly in a dot from now, was the one that called God Odin. Odin means he was the one that will reveal Hashgacha Pratis, the way the Baal Shem Tov teaches. Hashgacha Pratis means that God is in every little place. It's being Kavei HaMakom, God is in this place is designated for this. That place is designated, the specific Hashgacha. Okay. let's find the place over here. Oh, Shaneis, Oimrim Loi, Hey, Olav, woe is it for the loss of this humble man? Hey, Chassid. And how do we eulogize the person? The concept of Kivius Smarkim is connected to Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu may no longer cover Makayim. Here clearly, this pasuk is not in the Beis HaKnesses. This is the Maisa in Vayera that he davened for Sodom. He was out there. When Avraham Avinu davened in the same place, he davened for God to protect Sodom in the schos of the tzaddikim, and then the next day he went to the same place. Now it doesn't say he davened; it says Amad, but the Ein Amida until today. Rise for the Amida prayer. Hastu the Ein Amida on Tefillah. Where do we have that from? Shenemar Tehillim Kuvav Vayamay Pinchas Vayefalel. Says the Gemara by Amar Rebbe Chelder. Again, the Hemshech, I'll be very superficially, is just the members, the same Amar right. Amar Chelbay, Amar Afuna, Hayoyitz in the Beis HaKnesses is one who leaves the shul. Beis HaKnesses specifically is a place of davening. Aliyah, Psia Gasa, don't take wide strides. Big machlokes Rishonim, Ulwen Shulchan Aruch, what that means. Let's go with the many Rishonim that say Psia Gasa means that you're jogging or running, meaning that before one foot hits the ground, the other foot already lifted off the ground. Others interpret Psia Gasa as taking very wide steps. But let's go with this pshat. Psia Gasa means that you're going so quick, you broke into a jog. Should a jog? Think about it. When you walk, that's the nature. One foot goes down, then the other foot goes up. When you're running, there's a moment, you're like really rushing that both feet are off the ground. If you run out of the shul, don't run out of the shul. You're not allowed to run out of the shul. But running into the shul, mitzvah lemirhat. It's a mitzvah to run. As it says, the pasuk in Hosea, that needed the fall, that we run lo das es Hashem, and das means to be connected with, as we learn in Chassidus. And where do we have das es Hashem davening? Amar Avzeira Miresh. Initially, you write the first medium-sized line. Ki hava chazina l'hol rabbanim. The korahati l'pirka b'shabbat. When I saw a sage running to hear the drasha on Shabbos. I would say Kor Machalia Rabbanan Shabbata, that this young Torah scholar is why desecrating the Shabbos. And as Rashi quotes, right, the pasuk that we say in Toshid Mishabbos Raglecha, that we have to refrain our feet because it's Shabbos. Meaning on Shabbos we're not supposed to run. But even the Shomayna Laha that are Tanchaim, Amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi, first widest line,
Promise who's running on Shabbos?
Yeah, running to hear a drasha. As it says, that you should go after God. How? Like a lion that's roaring. Oh, meaning you're going like a lion. You're running. I run to shul on Shabbos. Omar Abzeda. Agro the pirka, the reward that God gives, right, for you coming to attend a learning, to learn a payment, you don't get reward only for the learning. You get reward for the running to the learning. No, it's the excitement that you have to learn, which is expressed by you rushing to get there on time. Amar Abayit, or to get there before time. Amar Abayit, Agro the Chalom. Again, the reward, Chalas, there were times that many Yidden got together to learn. What's the reward? Duchaka. The fact that you're getting squeezed. What was the Gavaldikai of going to a Fabrengen? A side of the Fabrengen. It's packed. It's not comfortable. That's the reward. Amarano, Agno, the Shmaitza, that the reward of learning, Shmaitza means learning Torah to get to the halacha. So there it's more, you're not only learning, you have to really concentrate and give it your all to make sure you're getting the halacha right. So, and you have to come with svaras. The extra effort is what brings the reward, is the svara. Omar Papa, Agno, the Beit Tamyo, now they're different to the Shaidim. As always, we're going to understand Beit Tamyo means a house of mourning. When you go be Menachem Avol, what is the reward? Again, what takes the extra effort? Shtikus of being silent. Obviously, when you know what to say what you need to say. If you're not sure what to say, that the person feels that people are with him or with her. Many times saying, can do more bad than good. And most of us have a hard time being silent. So the effort that it takes you to be silent, that brings the reward. That Agra de Tanisa, the reward of a fast, isn't just a fast. It's the cost of the tzedakah that you give out of fasting. What is the reward that you get for participating in a hesped and a eulogy? Crying. Oh, when you give a eulogy and the oilam cries, it's mamash gaval. Makes it. They used to hire people to be criers then. In Yerushalayim, they do it until today. And they pay. And the guy really cried good. He goes later and he goes to the family. He wants a tip. Because it really helps. Which you never know that. Omar Ravash, Agra de Behimula. Now this is, go figure this. This schar of going to a wedding, what would you say? It's the dance, right? It's not the gemara milay. What's milay? Look inside the Rashi here. Rashi's on both sides of the Amid. So look at Rashi where Rashi normally is milay. Words. L'sameach hachasan b'dvarim. I heard a good one. We're going to have in the Gemara soon in a moment the 5 koilos that whoever goes to a simchas chasam akala and they rejoice, and if they don't give them joy, especially if they eat, it's a very bad thing. If they have hana. So many people go to weddings and they're not b'sameach chasam akala, and everyone has hana. So that's why you ask people to give drashas by the wedding, by the Shabbat brachas, to take away everyone's hana. So they shouldn't violate the koilos. That's what I heard. But here we're saying, and that you're mesameach the chassan with words. Go figure that out. No, it means that
praise about
with the column. In other words, a smart person, it's not just dance with the chassan. You have to reaffirm verbally to the chassan. Wow, look at your column. It's amazing when people are influenced by that. So when they have doubts, like some people that I married the right person, if enough people think she's the right person, that's what you need to hear. L'chaim. It's all here. I'm saying what it says. Omar Afuna. Kol hamispal achoy de beis hakneses. Guys, we learned this not that long ago on the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. In Shulchan Aruch, he brings all of the different opinions. There's so many shitas what this means. Rashi says it means like this. Whoever davens behind the shul means. Don't forget that in Babel, they daven towards the west. We don't daven towards the east, they don't daven towards the west. We daven towards Yerushalayim. Happens to be that here in America, we're davening towards the east. We're davening towards the west. So if a person is standing outside the shul, but not only are they outside the shul, that's the way Rashi teaches, achoyde beis hakneses, they are facing a different direction. Not only do they not enter during the davening, they're hopping their shleina esrei outside, but they're not facing the same direction. Now, being in the shul and facing a different direction, that's terrible. But they're not in the shul, they don't care that much. And it happens many times.
So achora
Achora means outside and your back is towards the Beis HaKnesses. That's mamash. That means it's as if you're davening to another God. You're so separated from the community. Nikra Rasha. As it says, Saviv, this is Tehillim Yud Beis. Saviv Rishoy Nis Halachim. The wicked walk the roundabout way. So he teaches the drush. You have to appreciate these drushes. Saviv means that they're facing in the opposite direction. You're facing one way, you're 180 Saviv. And exactly, this is only said. In other words, we're not criticizing the person for not entering. That's also a criticism, but tonight you're not called a Rasha. Go inside the shul. But at least if you daven at the same time, you're facing in the same direction, you're not a Rasha. The Rasha is on the person, but if you are facing the same direction, again, Rashi says, you are standing, this is Rashi, there's so many other opinions. This is again a shul and bubble. That means that the Mizrach Vant, that we call here is the Maide Vant. The Aron Kodesh is in the west. The rule is that in a shul you're supposed to enter from the back. Gotta fix this over here. Like not the walk of shame. When you're walking late, everyone sees you. It has to be from the back. And so the entrance is in Mizrach. So if a guy is standing outside in the Mizrach and they face Mizrach, that's the Achoyre Beis HaKnesses. Okay.
They come to the show that choose not to go to the door.
There's a Kiddush club, but they don't choose. They're fabrein, it's a davening, they chapa davening. But they're so not involved that they're facing the wrong direction. Be careful. Don't do that. There was a person, the that he was davening the way behind the shul, and not only was he not inside, but he wasn't facing the right direction. So Elyahu Navi passed by, or you have on the side, Elyahu Navi was going to do an act of gevura. So whenever an act of gevura happens in the world, who does it go through? An Arab, as we state. So he appeared like an Arab merchant, and Amar Lein, the Arab merchant, which was the embodiment of Elyahu Navi, tells this Yid, Kedu Bar. Bar, it's two. Here. Koyam Kami Marach, are you standing in front of your Marach like there is two? No, there's two gods. You're davening one direction, davening the other direction. Shalom Safsara, so first he criticized him. He explained to him why he's doing what he's going to do. He pulled out the sword, and he killed him. Good. That was that. What's the meaning of the continuation of again Tehillim Kapitel Yud Beis Krum Zulus? What does it mean Krum Zulus? Two people. What's the type of Krum Zulus? Didn't dawn upon people to know what they're saying when they say Tehillim. Roim is something that's beyond. There are things that are standing in the top of the world. They Adam are Zulus. People are Mizalzel. That is what this refers to. Such a concept of Saviv Rishoy Misalochem. People don't take it so seriously. Oh, not only do you not enter, but you don't face the same direction. It's Berumah Shalaylam, but people are Mizalzel in it. Rabbi Yechanan and Rabbi Elazar. Remember this, Rabbi Yechanan and Rabbi Elazar, they were together. That's why many times when we speak about Rabbi Yechanan and Rabbi Eliezer, you'll see the Messiah Sashas. Rabbi Yishaya Pik will amend it to Rabbi Elazar. Amoira, Rabbi Elazar, the Omri Tarvayu, Kivin, Shenet Starech Adam Lubriyos, that when a person needs the compassion or the help of his fellow human being, it makes a person very humble, it's very humbling. Panav Nishtanes Kekrum, his face changes colors like the krum. Shenemar, krum, zulus, livnei adam. So here, zulus is from the word embarrassment. Not people embarrass a concept. But if Saviv, B'shoy, Misalachim, one of the consequences will be that he'll become a needy person. And when people become needy, financial, begashmis, I need your help, it makes their face look like a krum. What is a krum? Ki Asir Abdimi, when Abdimi came from Eretz Yisrael, Omar, there's a bird that is out there somewhere in an island, and the name of the bird is Krum. And the moment the sun rises, the bird will have various colors. That's Tiferes is always, remember, white and red. White is Chesed, and red is Gevura, and Api that we have the Shara Gavanim from Rav Moshe Cordovero. Tiferes is red polka dots on white. So white and red. When people get ashamed, these are the two colors. You become red, you become white. That's a continuation of it. It's as if you were judged with two. Now, what are the two dinim? Eish umayim. What's the color of eish? Red. Fixed. What's the color of water? White. Sometimes if it's clean, white. Oh, now as it says that he had kafta and that you have mounted a man, right, to press us, not against our roish, but l'rosh to oppression. When I owe money and I can't pay. It's a horrible feeling. So with that, what happens? It's as if we were thrown into fire, into water. All right. And all of that, he's linking it, that all this whole sugya, that our success is the way we daven. Even begashmis. And if there's a zilzul in the davening, then there's a greater challenge. And in the positive, if we daven better, then we'll never go through the shame of needing someone else's financial help. You have to shine during mincha. Where they set up mizbachos, and Aliyah Navi, neither Lahabdul, the other ones over there, did not put fire on the mizbachos. And by us, the fire came down from the heavens, because in the Beis HaMikdash, there was a fire looking like a lion that came down from the heavens, aside of the fire that we put up on the Mizbeach, as we'll learn a lot soon. As it says, "Vayihi ba'alois hamincha." Dafke. Vayigash Elyahu hanavi vayomer v'gomer aneni Hashem aneni. Answer me, oh Hashem, answer me. And there's a double lashon. Why was it twice aneni? Aneni shetei desh v'nashamayim, miraculously. And then he needed another prayer. Aneni, that even after the fire will come down, that the other people should not claim that the fires came because I practiced the witchcraft. That they should acknowledge that the miracle is coming from Hashem. So first of all, you have to shine or be careful or both. Be careful and shine by mincha. Now we continue. And he makes a gavaldik drush. As it says on the pasuk in Tehillim of Tikoin, the pshat is, may my prayer stand, may be established like the ketoides. When did we bring ketoides? In the afternoon. Ketoides is connected to mincha. So he teaches that Tikoin tefilasi goes to maidiv. That maidiv should be like ketoides. Maidiv should be like mincha. Same thing. Masas kapai, lifting up my hands. Davening is lifting up the hands. The Kabbalah, with daven, you're really supposed to lift up your hands. On the other hand, if a person lifts up his hands facing him above his head, without the right kavanas, very bad things come to the person. That's why today you're not going to find that many people davening, lifting up that. People that do that don't know what they're doing, and they should stop doing it. I'm not talking about you guys, birchas kahan. That's different. It's also connected with lifting up the hands. But there's lifting up the hands of the kohen facing the people. Then there's lifting up the hands, palms facing you, and you pick it up over your heads. Your mom wrote down all of the spheres, the chulei.
Here's you don't right about.
That you don't know what you're correct.
It's like some people say
They should open their hands. They shouldn't put it over
Yeah,
their
but
hands.
that's the thing.
Listen, the people that do it today say,
What about the fist?
show me what about the fist? That's a Yerushalmi. Forgive me, we're just kidding. Okay, bye. So, when done. Okay. So it's to Gavalik to appreciate how we're learning Psukim over here. Again, Masas Kapai, Rabbi Yechanan Taichus goes on Maidiv. Appreciate that Maidiv should be like Minchas Arev. Notice he's using this pasuk as a double hekesh, Maidiv to Mincha. Rav Nachman ben Yitzchak Omar, Av Tefillah Shachris. And you know something? We're going from the hardest to the easiest. Everyone daven Shachris. Where do people need chizuk? Mincha Maidiv. And from those two, Mincha. Mincha is the hardest one. In the middle of the day. Okay. As it says,
Especially in the winter.
especially in the winter. Hashem, boiker tishma koeli, boiker erechloch, va'atzap. Okay. Twice boiker. What's twice boiker? The same word. That boiker is used in Chazal for the ketoides. Even though boiker means the morning, but the ketoides, which came off kachin, was brought in the morning and in the afternoon. Not only that, if a person brought the ketoides before the Tamid, they were yoitz in the morning. So boiker is a juxtaposition between Shachris and Mincha. Again, there is a hekesh between. So there's the Ikir is Mincha. Then we compare Maidiv to Mincha, and then we compare Shachris not to Maidiv, Shachris to Mincha. That I will establish, I will organize myself, and I'll wait for you. This is a reference to tefillah, to pray. I'm organizing my prayers, and I'm waiting for you to answer. Whoever has hana from the meal of a chassid, does not bring rejoicement. He is violating 5 koilos. The word koil means a sound. As it says, and here we're going to have 5 times the word koil. Koil sas, number 1. Koil simcha, number 2. Koil chasen 3. Koil kala 4. Koil oimnim hoidu es Hashem tzubakas. Now, everything from the negative, mechlal lav, right, according to many Tanoim, ato shemeyahem, ve'im esamchoi, mas choroi, Amar Rabbi Shimon Levi, zoichel etoino, shenitna b'chamisha koilos, shenemar, v'hi b'yem hashlishi, b'yois haboicher. Now let's count, koilos, anytime plural is 2. 2. Uvrakim, v'amlim kaved al-har, v'koil, 3, shoifer. Vigoimer. This is the klal chet. I heard this from my Ablade, my Rosh Yeshiva. Anytime you quote Chazal, anything other than Tanach, it's v'chulei. Whereas the Rosh here says v'chuli. If you quote scripture, dafke, then etc. is goimed or vigoimed. And the difference between the vigoimed or goimed is how important is the hemshech hadvarim. If it's very important, then you add the vav. That's the hayom yom daf. I never spent a lot of time just for the vav before it was a v'chuli or vigoimed. Okay. The Vaike Vahi Koil Hashover is number 4. Vigoimed. Velakim and Rakol is number 5. And what's the connection? Now, Gavaldik connection. The whole concept of learning Torah is dina b'tachtonim. Zoiche, the Torah should be brought down over here. What's the real dina b'tachtonim? Getting married. They're connected. Getting married is the choiz darga. Chassid means lower. You have to bring godliness into the world. You bring godliness into the world when you get married, and that's the kavan of Torah. So when you bring a simcha chassid bekala, so you're zoiche to the other dina b'tachtonim, which is learning Torah. It says right afterwards, meaning where? If you look in Pashas Yisrael, right after the Torah, so the koilos are the psukim written before the Aseres HaDibros are recorded. Right, but right after it says v'chol ha'am royim es ha'koilos, that's another 2. So the Gemara says no, that's the same we had before. Oisan koilos the koidim matan Torah havu. The Torah recorded after writing down the Aseres HaDibros what happened before, but it's the same. In other words, if you're Masameach Hassan, it's as if you brought a Torah. Also, the concept of korbanos, which is dina b'tachtonim, because the fire of God came into the Beis Hamikdash. As it says, Neviim Torah Beis Hashem, and what's the proof? You have to know Nach. This pasuk is behemshech to kol tzasim v'kol simcha. Afterwards, it says, "Neviim Torah Beis Hashem." Nachman Yitzchak Amar Keilu Bana Achaz Mechuris Yerushalayim. It's as if you built one of the rooms of Yerushalayim. You know, the greatest dina b'tachtonim is it's about bringing the Shekhinah down, or now he's saying more. The Shekhinah was down. Basal Lagat, the Shekhinah went away. Now there's a churva. You bring it back to rebuild the churva. As it says, like may I return the way I was in the land. Give it a shoyna, Amar Hashem. Let's chaparai a few more lines. The word of Nishmayim, his words are heard. As it says, Soif Dabar, Hakoil Nishma. It's Gavaldi. King Solomon says, at the end of everything, I understood everything. At the end, I got it all. What was the all? He said, you know what the all is? Esolikim Yirah, Ves Mitzvahs of Shemar. That's a big statement. But here we're making a drush. We're saying that Hakoil Nishma. If you want your voice to be Nishma, you have to have Yiras Hashem. If I'm trying to convince someone else to do the right thing and I'm failing, the failing is my part. Because the Dvarim are not Yotzim Me'alev and there's no Yiras Shamayim. My Kizek Allah, Adam Amar Chazan Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kol Ha'elam Kol Ha'nira Ela V'Shvilzeh. Shvilzeh means not you should have only Yiras Shamayim. That you should take your Yiras Shamayim and share it with the world. And other people will listen to you. Rab Abba Bar Kahana Amar Shokul Zeh Keneged Kol Ha'elam Kol Ha'im. Rab Shimon ben Azai Yomer. Amar Rab Shimon ben Zoyim Yomer. Kol Ha'elam Kol Ha'nira Ela Litzavois Lizeh. Litzavos means that the whole world is created. This is the way Hasidim will teach Litzavos is Miloshem Tzav Savechidu. That if you have Yiras Shamayim and you are able to influence godliness into the world, the whole world was created for you to bring God and connect it to the world to be continued.
Pashtos, when he got married, he thought he was perfect. And then he got married and he realized he was imperfect, so you're being sameach and you're building up something that will destroy you.
One more time.
When he got married, he thought he was perfect.
Very good.
When he got married, he realized that that's perfect.
Now you have to build it back up. Just getting your coffee, guys. Quickly stop it and then start it again.
Yeah.
I'll have another question. Wait an hour. Wait, one more house.